Sometimes you're not necessarily given a physical death sentence where they reveal to you, that being doctors, that, you know, you're just, and you're going to pass away. There's nothing more that we can do for you. Sometimes the sentence that you're given is an emotional death sentence. You'll physically live through what you're going through, but your quality of life will be very low. And I am somebody who was given that emotional death sentence, not from just one disease, but two. Now, many of you know when I've talked about my struggle with going blind and having glaucoma. I've been very open about that. I mean, the channel is called Not By Sight News. And I even did a video, and some of you watched it. If you haven't seen this video, by the way, I encourage you to watch it. I always include a link to it in the description section of every video that I do. And it's called My Story on Going Blind and How I Operate My Video Ministry. So if you haven't seen that, that link is in the description. You can watch it. It's like a 42 or 43-minute video where I go in depth on how I lost my sight and how I'm able to record and upload videos without being able to see. So if you missed it, I encourage you to watch it. But I'm going to talk again about my blindness here and my disease of glaucoma, but I'm also going to talk about another disease that I have that I really haven't spoke on much. Maybe I've mentioned it briefly, but I've never really gone into detail about it. But I'm going to mention it here because I'm honest with you guys as my viewers. I'm able to talk about some personal things that affect me, and I appreciate you listening. And they are. It is an emotional death sentence in many ways, and I'll explain why. Before I get into all of that, though, as always, guys, if you could, if you enjoy my ministry and you're blessed by these videos, I encourage you to help contribute with a generous donation. I can really use your help, again, as my channel becomes increasingly more censored and suppressed by the day. It's amazing to me. I check my analytics out all the time, and this channel has just completely collapsed, guys. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm amazed that I can have numbers that are over 12,600 subs, and the majority of these videos can't muster barely 50 views. A lot of times too, I'll check after a video's been out for a few hours and it only has like 10 views on it. It's just sad because I've worked hard here, and YT has just derailed me to the point where it's just, they have just knocked, I'll be honest with you, they have just knocked the wind out of me when it comes to this platform. It is so hard to continue to do this, but through you guys, my loyal viewers, when you contribute with the donation, that means the world to me, because a lot of times you guys making one donation, no matter how small or how large, can almost be like I just got 2,000 or 3,000 views on a video, because it would take that much to even get a few dollars of ad revenue. So you guys make it seem with just like that one donation that I'm getting thousands of views on a video. So that's really cool. And your generosity, man, you guys bless me. Because again, this is a real struggle these days for me to be able to do this. So that, and coupled with everything else that I'm currently battling right now, man, you guys make my day. When I see one of those donations come through, you're awesome. So thank you again. If you are able to contribute, remember, you can do the super thanks button, or you can make a monthly contribution on Patreon. And I always tell people it's as little as $5 a month. It's an uncensored platform. You go to patreon.com/notbysightnews. The link is always in the description of every video as well. And you can leave uncensored comments there, and you can also send me direct messages. If you ever want to get a hold of me one-on-one, that's the way to do it. So check that platform out. I think you guys will like it. So, the emotional death sentence of being blind. And I'll touch on this again because, yeah, as somebody who has glaucoma, it's not just people who are older that get it. I was diagnosed with it when this was 2010, in December. And I think I was 29. So I was 29 at the time. And yeah, it's not uncommon for younger people to get it. But the deterioration of the vision over time was something that really had shocked doctors, because they thought that they were able to slow the progression, which we did through various eye drops and treatments. And I was told this, and this is what hurts, is that I would not be in a position to lose any more vision. We had it all under control. We controlled the eye pressures. We kept them at levels that were healthy, and able to keep whatever was left of my optic nerves, because the optic nerve in my left eye completely deteriorated to like nothing. And the optic nerve is like, it controls your sight. And if you don't have an optic nerve, you're not going to be able to see very well, or at all, like me now. I had a very thin optic nerve left in my right eye. And over time, by January of 2018 to May of 2018 is when that optic nerve completely deteriorated as well. And I highlight this all in that video that I did, by the way. Remember, it's in the description. But just to give you a little refresher, there's some new people here too, I think, that have subbed recently that may not know. But I was told that I wouldn't lose any more vision, and I did. And I remember exactly what my eye doctor had wrote as far as basically I still go for appointments, but not as much, because there's really not much to check for anymore, since I don't have any more sight. But he wrote end-stage glaucoma. End stage. When you get to that point, there's nothing more that they can do for you. You can still take drops to maintain pressure, which I do. I'm actually currently down to just one, because it's like a combination of a couple. And they only really monitor you like twice a year. But end stage is not something anybody wants to hear, because there's nothing that can be done to reverse the damage and restore sight. So glaucoma for me is incurable. It's an incurable disease. And I've been prayed for by everybody under the sun. I've prayed myself. I've remained faithful, and God has chosen not to heal me. Why, I don't know. Why he allows me to struggle like this in what I believe is the prime years of my life. And I've really lost about 12 years of my life already. Speaking of prime of my life, of not being able to fully see. And with 5.5 years now of being fully blind. It's unbearable at times, I'll be honest with you guys. It is completely unbearable. It crushes your confidence. It destroys your freedom. I haven't driven a car since April of 2011. Yeah. It's crushing in every way to lose your world, the people that you love, the things you love to do, all gone. And there's a second disease that I have battled. Oh, and by the way, before I even get to that, on the subject of the eyes still, and it's they're just there right now, but I have apparently cataracts in both eyes now, so that's real cool. My last eye doctor appointment that I went to in May, I believe, he said that, well, they're there, but it's not like it's restricting your vision because you don't have any more vision left. But he says it's just something that we need to, monitor as, you get older. And, if it becomes a problem later on down the line, maybe we have to remove it. But, for some people that don't have glaucoma and you develop cataracts, you don't have to, you have to act quicker and get those things removed because they will obstruct your sight. For me, not really an issue. So the other disease, and why I say this again, it's an emotional death sentence, because you feel like your life has just been taken away from you, and you're just, you wake up and you go through the day-to-day motions, but that's all you're really doing. I've had this one actually longer than the glaucoma. This one goes back now about 23 years, and that's when I was diagnosed with psoriasis, which is an autoimmune disease. Some of you may have it, or you've heard of it. And it's basically your body produces too many white blood cells. And so because they don't know where to go, they burst through the skin. And so they can create these red patches like on your scalp, basically everywhere over your body, like scaly looking patches. And I recently had somebody call me out on it in a comment. And it's another reason I wanted to talk about it, because it's like, well, I'm sure people are wondering. But yeah, like why do you have like red patches and, scaling type stuff all over your face like I do, which I'm sure you guys see all the time. It's all over my forehead, all around my hairline. That is from psoriasis. And there was a time where I had a lot of steroids and different treatments to control it, to where actually I was able to get a lot of it to just completely go away. But as time went on, there were some complications with some of the medication. In fact, and there's no way to prove this, but there was some talk that prolonged use of some of those different shampoos, creams, foams, solutions that I was using could have, and we don't know for sure, but could have led to one of the reasons I developed glaucoma. It was listed as a potential side effect of using it over a period of time. You could, in fact, develop glaucoma. Now, whether or not it did or not, I don't know. But I basically had to pull myself off of all those medications right when I got diagnosed with glaucoma, because I didn't want to take the chance of me losing any more sight. So basically for about the last 13 years, I haven't used any medication for psoriasis besides just various shampoos that mention it'll help, but not really. And I'll be honest with you, I have it on a good portion of my body. I'll admit that. It is debilitating in every way, because it's your identity. And it's gut-wrenching to go out in public when you look as ugly as I do from this and what it's done to me. You have people say things to you. I can't repeat some of the things I've had people say. Let's just say I haven't been able to wear shorts in public for quite a long time because of certain comments that people would make. And even over the past couple of months, I've noticed an increase in it. A different psoriasis spot will pop up here and there, and there's nothing I can do about it. I have some various creams and things I can use, and I've even ordered online after reading reviews. Oh, this will work really good if you have psoriasis, and I use it and it doesn't do anything at all. Now, I'll mention this because it wasn't something that I was originally going to talk about, but I will. I decided for the first time in a long time that I would finally go back to a dermatologist. Now, the one that I had previously, they closed down shop a while ago, so unfortunately I couldn't go there, and I liked going there. But about 4 months ago, I went to a new one. And, my thought was, well, I already lost all my vision. So, I don't really mind going back on those higher steroid medications that I was on because they worked. So I'm like, well, why not? Unfortunately, the appointment did not go the way that I envisioned it to. And not only did I leave there with no new medications to try, but I left feeling very embarrassed as well. And I'm trying to think how I want to say this. When I gave him a little bit of my history, and I said, well, and this, by the way, never happened in any, I was in a lot of dermatologist appointments over the last 23 years. And, I says, yeah, I was, showing, it's like, oh, it's on the scalp, and it's, I have spots here, there, whatever. And I mentioned like my legs and stuff. And they're like, okay, well, we want you to take off your clothes. I said, excuse me? This is, yeah, we want you, because we have to look. I was like, well, I already told you where they are, so you can just take my word for it. And They said, no, this is standard procedure. We have to do this. I'm like, well, then no one ever made me do this before. Been going to said dermatologist appointments for 23 years. No one ever said, you gotta take off your clothes. And this is what the doctor, so-called doctor, said to me. You need to stop thinking about what you did in the past or how a doctor did it in the past. This is the new way now. Because they said, we have to be able to basically scan it, by the way, and take pictures of all of the spots so that we know how to best treat you going forward. Even though I had mentioned previous medications that I had taken that I would not have mind going on again. But nothing I said worked. But they also said this, that we have to not only check you for the psoriasis, but we have to check you for, like skin tags and see if there's anything, like cancerous as well. I'm like, I don't have any cancer. And they're like, again, it's standard. We have to do this. And I'm about ready to blow my top at this point. And looking back on this now, I regret this. But I complied. And it was very embarrassing. All the way, guys, I'm being honest with you. I'm trying to be, keep it kind of, PG, but like all the way down to the underwears, if you know what I mean. As I stood there with them taking these pictures. They wanted to do more, and I said no. They said that they would not give me anything as far as a prescription went that was anything close to what I took before. Basically what worked. Because they said that they didn't want to cause any more damage to the vision, if that's in case what was linked to the glaucoma. But I already told them, I said, well, it's my decision, I don't care. Because there's nothing, I can't lose any more vision. I'm already completely blind. In fact, I can provide you a note from my eye doctor that says I have end-stage glaucoma and I have no more sight. But they wouldn't do it. So I'm sorry, we're not going to do that. They said we have some other treatments that we could give you, but they would not be as strong as what you had before. I'm like, well, therein lies the problem. Because if you don't give me something that's strong, then it's not really going to work or make a difference. So why am I going to work with you here? Now, they mentioned the injections, which I've heard of before. I've never wanted to do that because the injections are a big risk. And again, maybe many of you have had psoriasis as well, or if you have, I should say, not many of you, but for those of you that have, it can, there's a lot of side effects with that too. And it can lower your body's, immune system. It can cause all sorts of other potential issues. And I'm just like, I already have enough problems. I don't want to have those problems as well. It's a laundry list of potential other diseases you could get from doing these. And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to risk that. So this was embarrassing for me. And again, I debated whether or not I was ever going to talk about it or not, but it's hard. There's days that I'll wake up and I'll see like a new spot and I'm just like, and there's nothing you can do. I've been lucky sometimes. Sometimes I've been able to put like some various, stuff on the spots, and over maybe a couple of months, they'll just fade away on its own. But that's rare. It hurts emotionally. To basically have your identity attacked for how you look. So again, it's not just battling blindness every day, but a psoriasis skin condition as well that you can't do anything about, you can't fix, you can't cure no matter what you do. And for those that say, well, here, take these supplements, I've taken them all. None of them have done anything. And I ask the question, why? Why is God allowing this? Why do I have to wake up and find a new spot here or a new spot there? Why do I have to be ugly like I am? Grotesque looking even. I have all these people say these things. to have my channel here be completely derailed by censorship and suppression. It's a lot. It's a lot of weight on my shoulders. And it's just very hard. And I don't know why. And I have so many questions. I wish God would heal me. I don't know why he won't. And not even so much that, like, you know, you talk about full healing and wholeness, but not even getting an ounce better. I'm even talking about getting the vision back that I had prior to losing it all. Even then I was just partial vision, but at least I was able to go out and do things still. I couldn't play sports like I used to and other stuff like that, but I could still get around a little bit. I could still see people's faces, a little bit at least, make out who someone is. I would even take going back to that. So again, I'm not even trying to be greedy and say like, oh, I want it all back. I want, you know, my skin to be completely restored and my, you know, my complexion to be cleared everywhere, the entire body. I mean, can I just see a little improvement? Can I just get a little bit better? But I can't even get that. Why? Why? These are the questions I have. And that's why this is an emotional death sentence. It takes every bit of me, every bit of whatever strength I have left to make these videos for you guys every day, or just to get out of bed. You know, guys, I make these videos even on holidays. I don't take days off. Here's the thing, if you ever don't see a video from me here, it means that I either got a strike against my channel and they're not letting me upload, or I'm like really sick or something. Or even at that, I would still do my best to record, even if I didn't. There is actually plenty of days I come on and don't feel well. I just don't ever say anything. Or I was going to say, unless, you know, there's an issue with my internet and you don't see me do a video, that, you know, that would be the only real reasons. But again, Thanksgiving, Christmas, any major holiday, I'm usually here. You can go back and check my channel for the last 7 years on major holidays, and I guarantee you'll find videos there from me. So, again, it's hard. But I wanted to share this because if there's anybody else out there who has experience going through an emotional death sentence as well, you're not alone. I'm there with you. And we have our unanswered questions about why God can't even heal us just a little bit. Just a little bit. I know he's capable of making us totally whole. I know that, but why he won't even just do a little bit, that I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know why for me. What is it about me? Is there something wrong about me that doesn't make me qualified to be healed or good enough in the eyes of God in order for him to heal? Because, I mean, imagine what a testimony it would be if I could come on here and tell you guys that I've had my vision completely restored, my complexion, psoriasis is gone. Imagine what that would do, how many people it would impact. I mean, it would all be for his glory, but he's choosing not to heal me. So I don't know. You know, I don't know if in this lifetime it will be or if it's just in heaven. I personally think that we should get healed here on earth. I mean, in heaven, it's a guarantee, but what good does it do to just struggle with disease your whole life on earth to just be then healed in heaven? It doesn't bring God any glory really to be healed in heaven when again, it's an automatic. People need to see it here on earth because that will show them the power of God and how he does heal. And it's going to make them want to be a part of that, want to be saved. So I don't know, but regardless, I appreciate you guys watching and allowing me to make this video. If you've enjoyed it, I know it's been kind of long, but if you've enjoyed it and you want to share it with somebody, please do. Share the videos all the time. Share them with everyone, because again, these videos don't get traction, and YT censors them all the time. So when you guys share them, it helps me out even more. Also, keep me in your prayers if you can. It's a hard time right now for me, and I'd appreciate that. And I know on the healing front, I mean, I don't know why God's not doing anything right now, but hopefully he will soon. And again, if you guys could find in your heart, make a donation here to the ministry, that would be amazing. Again, it would really, really help me out in a big way. So thank you again, everybody, for watching and all of your continued support. I would mention some of you by name, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to out you. I used to do that before and give shout outs to people who would donate, and some people didn't like that because they didn't want to be called out. So I can respect that, so I won't do that. But you know who you are, and I always thank you in the comment section. You know, those of you that do donate, that have done like a super thanks before, or if you're even on Patreon, I always make sure in the comment section to, you know, personally thank you each time. Hopefully you're able to see those replies when I do write you back, because I know sometimes YT even hides those and you guys don't even see the replies. So just know, if for some reason you've never, you know, you've donated here and you've never seen me thank you, I have. Believe me, they're just not giving you the alerts or the notifications that I'm writing that to you. So again, God bless you all. You're amazing. You all mean a lot to me. And we will keep going here on this platform as long as we can. And hopefully YT doesn't shut me down completely. They've already derailed me a lot. But we'll see how long we can keep the train going. Anyway, thank you guys again. I know I've said it like 50 times. And I'll be back with more. You guys take care. Please be safe out there. God bless each and every single one of you. And I'll talk with you soon.